The following is a presentation of TFNN. Trade what you see with Larry Pesavento. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. Now, Larry Pesavento.
Hello and welcome to the June 19th, the fantastic Friday edition of either Trade What You See or The Trader's Edge. I'm your host, Steve Rhodes, filling in for Larry Pesavento if you're listening live at 9 o'clock, and filling in for myself if you're listening at 1. So the show is being recorded between 9 and 10. So if you are listening at the 1 o'clock time frame, I'll try to make today's show as pertinent as I can to what to watch for during the trading day, and specifically at that time, just to help you figure out where these markets are headed to, where there's some support and resistance out there. Of course, would absolutely love to hear from you. So if you're listening live, you can always give us a call at 877-927-6648. You can also send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. Inside the subject heading, please put radio show question. Of course, in our Tiger's Den, well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on Fantastic Friday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to Lush Show. Right now, we got all the equity future contracts trading to the upside. The Dow is up 351 points, about 1 3/10%. NASDAQ not too far behind, up 1% or 98 points. The S&P's up 35, 1 nearly 2/10% to the upside. The Russell is the leader. It's up nearly 2%, 1.82. That's 25 points. She's trading out at 1443. Overseas last night, we had all the major markets close in the green. You had the Shanghai. That was up 29 points, 1%. The Hang Seng up 178. The Nikkei 123. And in Asia, the S&P 200 up 6 points. So basically flat out there. Right now, over in Europe, we've got the DAX up 119 points and the FTSE up 86. Of course, what does all that mean? Have they broken through resistance? Do they have bearish patterns and so forth? So we'll take a look at that. You've got Goldilocks up $14, trading at 17.45. Really an uninteresting trade there. It's just been trading sideways, continues that sideways trade. Silver's up 29 cents. I know that has tested some support levels, so we can take a look at that during the trading hour. Light sweet crude is up $1, trading out at 39. And the natural gas up 1 penny, but, don't let that blow your skirt up. You've got the 30-year down 1 full point, 1 2 ticks out there. And not a ton of movement in the currency market. Looks like the biggest mover and shaker out here is the euro. We take a look at the euro futures. So let's begin by, so what are the markets doing out here? If we take a look at, again, support resistance levels, let's start with a little bit of a bigger picture. Here's the daily time frame. Here's what we know. We know that both the Dow and the Russell 2000, those would be your two right-hand panel charts. If you're watching us on Tiger TV or inside the Tiger's Den, we can see that prices trading below the bottom of those profiles. Each of those have topping patterns. When you trade below support, you have a change in trend signal. So that's what we have going on there. That doesn't mean that prices can't rally today, Monday, what have you. The resistance level for each of those, for the Dow equity future contract, 26,468, and the Russell 2000, 1471. Now let's switch over to the two left-hand panel charts. We've got the ES Mini on the very left-hand side. What we can see here is a bullish structured profile. Bullish structured profile means that there's 3 lines, or typically 3 lines to our profiles: the top, the bottom, and the center. The top is where sellers are at, the bottom is where buyers are at, and the center is where both buyers and sellers, not sisters, but buyers and sellers believe there's fair value within inside that range. Well, when the buyers and sellers believe that fair value is closer to support or closer to the resistance area, this is what gives us a bullish or bearish structured profile. In this case here, the buyers and sellers, the center of that profile, much closer to the bottom of the profile. Now, typically, when you see a close above the center, that's 3072, we typically see it really gives the ability of buyers should be able to push price up to 31.90. That becomes the price target. Now, there's some resistance before we get there. We'll go take a look at that. If we take a look at the NQ, it's trading above all resistance, other than the resistance at the top of its profile. This is a bearish structured profile. So here there is a lot of sellers contained in the area of 99.46 to 10.140. So you'll watch the 10.140 level. So what are those other areas to watch? Well, in the case of the ES Mini, or really all of them, it comes to Stevie's green line. Now, I'll show it to you in one chart out here. This has got 3 of the 4, or does it have all 4? No, it's got all 4. So here you've got the ES Mini at top, the NQ below that, then the Dow, and then the Russell 2000. You'll see Stevie's green line. What you will see is that price is trying to, for 3 of the 4, is trying to tackle those levels. That is resistance out here. Whereas inside the NQ, price is trading above that level. And so those we're going to watch. It's not that easy to pick out because the price bar, which is in black, is so close to the green line bar. So it's very difficult to see what those levels are. The easy way to do that is just go to Stevie's scanner out here. So, okay, say that's the easy way. Then, Steve-O, have your scanner ready for the folks out here. Now, folks, when you do a radio show like this, or a show, a podcast, whatever we call these things, unless you call in, I'm basically talking to myself. So much of the time that I'm talking, I'm really talking to myself. So my grandma used to say, if you talk to yourself, you have money in the bank. She taught me that at a young age. So ever since then, we're just kids, right? So she tells me that at a young age. Apparently, I used to talk to myself at a young age, too. So it's really perfect setup. If you ask about what's the first requirement for being able to do a podcast, it must be being able to talk to yourself. So she told me that at a young age. And voila, I always believed that. So I said, hey, I always want to have money in the bank. So that means you talk to yourself. And literally, you will see me talking to myself. It's always good to be able to strike up a conversation. But get back to the matter at hand here, Steve-O. This is a chart. Table. Subscribers get this each morning out here, and it helps them to understand where's price trading in relationship to Stevie's green or red line out here. So we have both the daily and the weekly oscillator unchanged line levels. So that makes it very easy. Now, you'll see terms like or initials RES. You know what that stands for, resistance. SUP, support. You also see these little faint arrows, up or down arrows. Those are helpful to tell us whether the price oscillator is above or below zero. Each of those have different meanings out there. I'd love to be able to teach you all these tools, and I can teach you all these tools. Just go subscribe to Mastering Probability. There are several workshops out there that will take you through this. Plus, I'm developing a new all-day workshop that we'll put together for sometime in July, I believe. So began working on that. But those are the levels to be watching and observing. Now, that's the bigger picture. Let's go take a look at the smaller picture out here with regard to what other markets doing. And by smaller picture, what we're going to do is take a look at the 30-minute time frame. So let me switch back over. I think I do have a chart that I provided to subscribers this morning. It's this chart right here. This is a 30-minute time frame. So in one snapshot, Stevie can see. Got many tools out here, but I'm looking for, are there topping signals, bottoming signals, breaks for support, so on and so forth. So here's the 30-minute time frame. So we just went from daily down to a 30-minute time frame. And here we've got both the ES, the NQ, the YM, and the Russell 2000. So those of you that listen to my show out there, you know that what we follow here, we follow those TD9 counts. Well, guess what? We've got a TD9 count high right now inside the ES Mini. That high can occur on bars 8, 9, or the bar following 9. So by 9:30, we may have a short-term top. We've got a Rhodes momentum indicator signal inside of the NQ, but we need a bearish reversal candle. Those are the only two right now with topping signals. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. When we get back, we're going to further take a look at the NQ with John in Philly. Be right back.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Technical difficulty with John in Philly, but he was calling about the NQ, and he and I spoke yesterday late during the very last segment out there, and so I'm not exactly sure what John's call was about, but we can go investigate the NASDAQ, the NQ out here, and in any event. And yesterday, John's question, he wanted me to take a look at expansion of swing points, and this is a different set of expansion of swing points. This is the NQ, and right now we're taking a look at it on a quarterly basis. And for the set of swing points that I'm using out here, John, I'm using the high in 2000, and then I'm using the low in 2008. And so you were looking for expansion levels. And right now you can see that the 1 to 2 expansion level has been exceeded slightly. We're trading at 10,090, and 99.55 would have been that expansion level. So what we know about these Fibonacci expansions, this is a quarterly basis. The end of the quarter is at the end of this month out here. And so if at June 30th there's a close well above 99.55, the suggestion there is that the NQ will make a run for the 2.618 expansion level, and that would take you up to 12,694. The specific question is, could NDX or the NQ be set up for a trading high here? Going into the weekend of a new moon solar eclipse cycle, it's possible. But so what would I trade based upon just the a lunar cycle out there, such as what I mean is that there's a new moon or I wouldn't. I've done the research, and I haven't found the high probability trade associated with that pattern out there. Does it work sometimes? Yeah. But it's in any event. So is there a possibility of a top? Well, there's a possibility of a top from this standpoint, going back just simply to the profile levels out there, right? So we took a look at the So here's what we know about the NQ as we take a look at the daily time frame chart. The only resistance out here is going to be the top of that bearish structured profile, 10-140. Now, what you'd like to see occur at that same time is some type of reversal pattern. You'd like to see it on the short-term time frame charts out there. And so, folks, we need to let the markets communicate to us what their intention is. And the way that they do that is they generate topping patterns or signals inside the 30-minute NQ. We can see that price has been moving higher, doing less relative energy. But until a bearish reversal candle forms out here, we don't have any kind of a sign of a top. On a 30-minute basis, you're going to be in bar number 7 of a potential TD9 count top. So that says that high can't occur until we get to bars 8, 9, or 10. So that, in essence, is would take us to 9:30. That would take us to be bar number 7, 8, 9, or 10. That would take us into 9:30. 11 o'clock. We wouldn't really know until 11 o'clock, but we may get that signal there. If we do get that 9 count, then what we'd be looking for, I don't know if we will or we won't, the only thing that would signal a change in trend with regard to your weekend, you'd then want to see price close below 10,053.50. Now, right now, I gave you that number, and that's assumed, John. My assumption there is that a 9 count pattern on a 30-minute basis will form, and I don't know that to be a fact. So if it does form, that's the number, or very likely the number, and you'd want to see some types of breaks of support. Those would be those red horizontal lines on my screen. Now, that's the 30-minute time frame chart out here. Let's take a look at the 60-minute time frame. The 60-minute time frame shows us also in a TD9 count pattern. Now, its 9th bar is already formed, and so the 10th bar, which will complete at 10 o'clock, could be the high. So maybe it's not at 11. Maybe it is at 10 o'clock where we can get the 60-minute and the 30-minute to sync up with each other. But if they don't, and they don't identify tops out there, they're certainly signaling to us to move up to that 10-140 level. Now, if price closes above 10-140, John, because it's a bearish structured profile, I like to say there's nothing more bullish than a failed bearish pattern. Not that it's a bearish pattern, but a bearish pattern from the standpoint of a profile standpoint, and a close above that would be very bullish. And that brings into account our longer term chart that we took a look at inside the Qs out here. If we look at the 2-hour time frame chart, we can see that it is in the bar following bar number 9. So this has potential for a top today. And this bar does not complete until, let me see here, from a time zone. So this does not complete until 10 as well. So as we come into the 10 o'clock time frame, John, we may have more information. So that's what it clearly says we need to wait for. On the 5-hour time frame, no topping signal here. Although we do have the TD9 count pattern that does have the high that came in at 5 o'clock in the evening, and this was on June the 10th out there. That's up to then 144.25 level. So it already has a topping signal. We're seeing a bit of a counter trend rally, but no existing right now in the current move, and price trade above Stevie's green line just supports a continued move higher into the top of that daily profile out there. So that's what I see. This is the weekly time frame. So today's close is very important, important because of the signal that it could provide to you. So on the weekly time frame, last week was a confirmed TD9 count pattern. Remember, folks, the highs can occur. So if you take a look at the highs from the high in February before the market moved lower, it was on the bar following bar number 9, February 21st. It was also Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. So you had 2 topping patterns going at the same time, let alone we can find an A to B equals CD. So you had really 3 topping signals. That was a butterfly cell, even though I don't have it drawn in here. And so that was that top. And now last week was the TD9 count top. Now what would negate it is not a test of the high, but a close above the high. The close above the high is that 10-144.25, much like we looked at the TD9 count pattern for the 5-hour time frame chart. So John, you've got your info here. It's pretty simple. Just let the numbers tell you. If there's a close above 10-144.25, odds favor that the eclipse, maybe not out here. Whereas if price doesn't close above that, that pattern still remains in effect. And so whether it's the eclipse or it's just the patterns, that I can't say out there. So that's our take on the NQ and what it's signaling to us. We had some requests come in inside the den, and a couple by email. The ones by email came in first. The first one from Angelo. And Angelo says, could we take a look at a couple of different symbols out there? And so let's do that. ARK, let's go take a look at our 3 time frames out here. ARKK, that is the ARK ETF out there. I kidded about building an ARK myself probably a week ago because it just simply had not stopped raining down here. And I always like that commercial. You know the commercial I'm talking about? What commercial are you talking about, Steve-O? I think it's a Geico commercial. Maybe it's not Geico. Maybe it's a Progressive. Who knows? But it's like the family, the son is taking the father, shows him the ark that's already built. And I think the question is, when's the best time to build an ark? The answer is before the rain. It seems logical. Anyways, that's my sense of humor. Probably not your sense of humor out there, but it makes me laugh. So in the case of ARK, though, out here, Angelo, price traded above the top of the daily, the weekly, and the monthly profile, and all that is good and signals that higher price should come. But higher price to where? I don't know. Let's go take a look at Stevie's other chart, see if there's any other signals out here to be concerned with. So now we take a look at the daily time frame chart out here, Angelo, and let me go ahead and populate it. We're in wave number 7. That is letter G. You'll see a black G on my screen out there. Oftentimes on wave number 7, you can see a top. Price is also moving higher, doing with less relative energy. So the Rhodes momentum indicator signal has been triggered. The last high out here was the Rhodes momentum indicator signal. If we see a bearish reversal candle with this pattern in play here, Angelo, this is going to suggest a pullback to support. Right now, that'd be about the 61.77 level out here. That's what the daily time frame chart shows. We get back from this breakout here. We'll finish reviewing the ARK for Angelo. Be right back.
Larry Pesavento watches the markets 24/7, and now is a great time to try out his daily trading service, Fibonacci 24/7. Larry publishes videos and charts for subscribers throughout the week when warranted, and every weekend he puts out a thorough report covering worldwide markets, futures, commodities, and currencies with Fibonacci retracement levels, possible trading setups and zones, and stops and targets for all recommendations included. Larry applies the principles he's developed over decades of trading while analyzing a variety of markets for subscribers. To see for yourself the types of videos, charts, and analysis that Larry provides for his subscribers, sign up for Fibonacci 24/7 today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under the newsletter tab. You'll also gain instant access to Larry's archived subscriber webinar from earlier this year. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today. If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, Butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. So we were taking a look at ARC. I was taking a look at it during the breakout here, and market just opened, and my monthly chart just went blank. Interesting out there. Don't know what that means and what happened, but this did gap up this morning. Right now it's trading out at 68.50, and I'll do the price projection areas for you to be watching out here. Now, it looks pretty good. The weekly chart especially. Now, let me just do the expansion of the swing points for you out here. And I'm taking the last set of swing point high to swing point low, much like we did with John in the NQ. And you can see that prices traded right up into that level, that level being the 1.272 expansion, 68.27. We're trading at 68.35. Now, what we like about last week's or this week's bar is if it closes above last week's high was 67.05. So a close above that will negate its TD9 count pattern. Let me show you this here. And so that's a positive. That tells you that price may want to move up to the 77.87 area. That's the 1.618 expansion of that set of swing points out here. So here's the weekly time frame. And you can see that last week was the bar following bar number 9. And so it's negated, at least at this stage, the pattern. It'll all be dependent, Angelo, on the close for that. You also wanted to take a look at ticker symbol ARKG. ARKG. Let's go see what that is. That is another, this is the genomic revolution out here. Now, it's trading right into resistance. So it it traded higher, opened higher, I should say, this morning, but right into the top of where sellers are at 47.80. And if price can clear 47.80, close above 47.80, then the next set of sellers reside at 49.28. That's your level of resistance. As far as support, on any move lower, you'd be looking at 44.74. And below that, you'd be looking at 38.02. So that's what we see when we take a look at ARC Genomic, the revolution out there. Angela, I hope that helps you out, and thanks for writing in. We had a request to go take a look at Amazon. I wanted to wait for the market to open before we did that, and also get a chance to go over and take a look at a couple of other charts. Let's put Amazon up on the screen, AMZN. Obviously, is the ticker symbol, moving higher today, trading right now at 26.75, above the top of its daily, weekly, and monthly profiles out there. Let me get Amazon going on my other set of charts as well. Give me 1 second. AMZN over here. And but let me pull over the chart for Amazon. So here's what we know about Amazon right now. We know that it did form a TD9 count and a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top out here. And excuse me. And so until that high gets taken out, by the way, that high is the high of June 10th. And June 10th would be 2772.35. 2772.35. So that's the number that Amazon needs to get above to negate its sell signal. Now, price is above Stevie's green line. That's at 26.30 right now. And so this is suggesting or encouraging price to move higher. But we'll be able to take that level out. That I don't know. But you've got a valid topping signal that's in place inside of Amazon as we speak right now. In fact, we could extend you got two topping patterns, because we can extend the butterfly sell pattern as well out there. So you've got two topping signals, and not until that high gets taken out will it negate that pattern. But there's really not a lot of resistance that we can see on our charts out here. Let me pull over the other charts for Amazon. I just want to expand out and take a look and see what the weekly and monthly signals, if there are any. So on the weekly basis, we can see that price was moving higher, doing less relative energy last week, and it generated a bearish shooting star candle. Now, typically on a bearish shooting star, a shooting star can only be bearish. Hello, Steve-O. Wake up. But on a shooting star, they usually work or they don't. In this case here, when I say work, we should have seen follow through to the downside. We haven't seen that. Doesn't negate it. It's still a topping pattern. So the weekly has the Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. You've got a topping pattern on the daily out here. And on the monthly time frame, price moving higher, doing less relative energy, the potential for Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. This is only in bar number 7 on the weekly basis. So if the monthly basis. So if the daily and the weekly are able to take out their highs here, this is the chart that says we're moving higher inside Amazon. And moving higher to where? And that's a great question out here. We'd really have to do the same thing, the expansion of swing points out here. Now, boy, which swing points would you choose to do an expansion of inside of Amazon? I would choose. Here's what I would first initially choose out here. My eye settles on this as being the expansion, and this is the 2018 move from high to low out there. And this would suggest that Amazon is headed up to the 27.97 level. But there's others that might say, hey, Steve, well, that's one set of swing points to use, but you can use the most recent move from high to low out there, and most certainly we can. But that is a much smaller move, and why my eyes didn't really go there when we take a look at Amazon. So here I'd just simply be using the high from February to the low of March out here. And that would get you to 27.45. That would be the two. So those are your projected price levels on any move higher. Just still realize the topping signals on the daily and the weekly time frame that are still in effect for Amazon out there. We've got a question. Let me see. This next question here from Hector. And Hector wants to take a look at AU out here. So let's go take a look at AU, get a feel for where this is headed to. Let me get this going on my other charts as well. And right now today, you like what we see on Anglo Gold Ashanti, as long as it can close above the top of its daily profile. That's 25.08. You're at 25.24 right now. So if it's above resistance on the daily, you're above resistance on the weekly already, you're above resistance on the monthly, that would be a positive outcome for Anglo Gold Ashanti. If it closes below 25.08, well, then it hasn't been able to bust out for its daily time frame. Let's go take a look at the other patterns out here, see what we see. And, so here, as we take a look at the chart, we can see the high, which was a Rhodes momentum indicator pattern, and not until price closes above that high, which is $28 even Steven, will this negate that pattern. Now we're trading at 25.32. For some reason, my chart hasn't picked up today's activity, but we can see it's also above Stevie's green line out there, and so most likely this is headed to about the 26 area. Its most recent highs out here. So that really becomes your resistance level on the daily. Again, the weekly not picking up the current, but if the current today's action for some reason, but a close about 24.57 is a positive here for you. There we go on the update. Do I have a topping pattern on the weekly? I don't have a topping pattern on the weekly. On the monthly, I don't have a topping pattern in place just yet. So to make this pretty easy for you, Hector, I just watched the 25.08 level. A close above that would suggest to me that price is going to again go back into the 26s, maybe 26.30 or so. The most recent swing point high out there. So hope that helps you out, and thanks so much for writing in. So we're about to go to a break here in about 20 seconds. Well, here's one thing to keep your eye on today as well, folks. It's the spot volatility index. Right now, below its 50-day exponential moving average. That is priced at 33.19. It is trading at 30.59. When the spot volatility index is below its 50-day exponential moving average, generally speaking, those would be the green squares, rectangles on this chart out here. Price moves sideways to higher. Steve Rhodes with TFNN, filling in for Larry Pesavento between 9 and 10, filling in for myself between 1 and 1:30. Be right back.
The gold market has taken off topside in a large way in 2020. If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my gold report. The gold report took profits in 4 of its equities in the gold portfolio in the first week of January for a combined profit of 99.2%, with 2 positions left in the portfolio that have a profit of 67.5% as of January 7th. The gold report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the gold report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the gold report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
Will the S&P 500 continue to climb? For bold trades on U.S. large-cap stocks in either direction, trade SPXL, SPUU, or SPXS. Directions Daily S&P 500 Bull and Bear Leveraged ETFs. Direction Leveraged ETFs. An investor should carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risks, charges, and expenses before investing. A fund's prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a fund's prospectus and summary prospectus, call 866-476-7523 or visit directioninvestments.com. A fund's prospectus and summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
The Bull Bear Trading Hour with Tom and Tommy O'Brien. Next.
Welcome back, folks. So Ruby in the Tiger's Den asked a question earlier about the ES Mini, and I believe it was about volume dynamics out there. I don't know why you chose the word dynamics out here, but Ruby, and the question was, is there more volume in the overnight session? I believe this was the question in the ES Mini, and I've drawn the rectangle area around here so you can see. This is just a 10-minute chart out here, so you can see the volume. You did see some volume spike, a real volume spike at 2:30 this morning out here, but the answer to your question is no. The majority of the volume is going to start taking place around 8:30 in the morning out here. So, you can physically see it right now. So I hope that answers your question. We've got a question here from Paul K. Paul says, can we take a look at the oil and the USO? So yeah, let's go take a look at the oil out here. Let's go take a look. And you can we take a look at oil out here, Paul. We can take a look at it on multiple time frames. And so that's what we will do first. So here, you're taking a look at light sweet crude. The active contract is August, so I'll be dropping July off here. But July is in the very left-hand panel out there, and you can see how price is traded above the top of its daily profile, but has run right into the resistance of its descending trend line. Now, on this chart here, Paul, we can see that oil taking delivery in July's contract is trading at 40.06. We go out to February of 2022. February of 2022, folks. I can go out further than that. But February of 2022, price right now, you can take delivery at 41.10. So taking a look at the futures contracts, it's helpful to understand how price is trading near term as well as how it's trading longer term as well. Now, the active contract we can see here just simply by volume. You can take a look at the open interest as well. The August contract, 341,000 shares today. So that's going to be panel number 2. And we can see here that price is also above the top of its daily profile. Now, it was a bearish structured profile and nothing more bullish than a failed bearish pattern. So if light sweet crude, Paul, is able to close above 39.10 today, price is going to go target its next descending trend line. That's at about the 41.50-ish type area out here. Now, give me a moment. I want to switch over to some other charts out here. So if you give me a moment to do that, of course, you don't have a choice but to give me a moment because you can't control what I do. So where is light sweet crude headed to? Oh, can I change this over to August? Give me a second to do that and get that going. I can. So about 40.16. So now here, Paul, when we take a look at my other charts with other tools, What we also know is that price is beginning to move higher with less relative energy. That was triggered this morning, and we can see the black diagonal line, small black diagonal line that's being drawn, and you actually see a little diamond, a little red diamond on my chart out here. And that's the indication that the first trigger of a Rhodes momentum indicator top is in place. Now, in order for this to generate some type of topping signal, you need to see some type of bearish reversal candle. Which, by the way, that could occur today. I'm not saying that it will occur today. I'm just saying that it could occur today. And but when that does form, then that would generate a topping signal. Now, that topping signal would then say price should go back and test support. And support would be 32.64. That is the breakout level. Now, in short of that, this is saying that light sweet crude wants to get up to 65.72. I hesitate to give you that, but that's its next breakdown level out there. And not that it can't, but this is what the charts are telling me. Now, if I go take a look at the weekly time frame, well, if I'm going to do that, I also have to change the chart. So give me a moment here to get that one going. We'll just take a quick peek at this to see what kind of signals, if anything, we have out here. So here you had the Rhodes momentum indicator bottom. And what this is telling us is short of that Rhodes momentum indicator top on the daily time frame, price is targeting 43.43. Pretty safe to assume 43.43 is the number. That's its TD9 count breakdown level. So, Paul, thanks for writing in. Hope that helps you out. I know you wanted me to take a look at USO, which I'll put up on the screen. Now USO, I don't recall if a USO is just oil, or there's more to it than just that USO out there. So you want to take a look at it. In the case of USO, you've got resistance at the top of its daily profile. That's 26.19. Support at the bottom at 25.98. Hope that helps you out. Let's go to a caller we've got on the line. We've got call ahead seating. We're going to go to Jerry in Back Bay. Where's Back Bay, Jerry?
Boston.
Boston. Okay. Sorry that I didn't know that, but thanks for letting me know. And how are you today?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. And so we're going to take a look at BlackRock.
No, SBLK, Star Bulkers.
SBLK. Sorry about that.
SB is in boy.
Yep.
LK.
Got it. Okay, so we got the Star bulk carriers. I know you are a big fan of the bulk carriers. So tell me what you're doing here and how I can help.
Well, I bought some at 5, and its rates go with the Baltic Dry Index, which is going crazy on the upside, and so I'm just wondering if I should buy more now or I should hold off for some kind of pullback.
Okay, sure. So here's what we know about it. Let's do our quick review with regard to the daily, weekly, and monthly set of profiles looking for resistance. You're above that on the daily, above that on the weekly. As long as it closes above 629, pretty safe to say that that's likely occurrence out here. So that's positive. On the weekly, if this were just a counter trend rally for Star bulk carriers, the level we would have targeted out here would have been $8 even Steven. The high so far this month, $8 even Steven. Now that $8 level, let me just expand the chart out here. That comes from the I gotta more than just expand the chart out here. Looks like a number of reverse splits in Star bulk carriers. Unless this
no, that's the business. It went it went up crazy and then it collapsed.
Yeah. So if this were just a counter trend rally, the reason why we'd have chose $8 out here is because it was the center of a bullish structured profile. Once price closes below that, which it did during the month of March, and we had a second close below that in April, that was telling us about a change in trend. If we were going to choose based upon that longer term picture, that bigger picture, the monthly, we would have said that the counter trend rally would stop either at the bottom of that profile at 708, or more likely what I see take place when a bullish structured profile is busted and is a true failure, price will rise up to the center of that box where there were both buyers and sellers. And that's at $8 level. So now, if this is just a counter trend rally, we don't know that it is out here, but we do know what we would have provided as a price target. We should see some kind of topping pattern on the daily or the weekly timeframes out here. So let's go take a look at it. Now, there's definitely an A to B equals CD pattern that is in play out here. I can't draw it on my screen, but until we see a bearish reversal candle, that won't matter. But if we did get that, that would suggest that price would pull back to 668. The real resistance out here from a daily time frame is going to be 839. And right now, price is trading below that level. So here's where you're faced with, and only you can answer that question. If you were to ask me, would I buy something knowing that it's trading into a resistance level? I wouldn't. That's 839. However, you have a total different take on the, and I'm not saying your take is wrong. I'm not at all saying that. You have a
No, I understand. Yeah, I totally do. Yeah, I've been doing this for 50 years. Yeah.
Yep. So, but what I can share with you is the clear resistance level at 839 out there, and
so that could be a place where it stops for a while. Yeah.
It could be. It could be.
Alrighty.
Out there.
Thank you very much.
Hey, you, Ben, thanks for calling. Have a great weekend, and obviously a happy Father's Day as well. Steve Rhodes with TFNN, filling in for Larry Pesavento between 9 and 10, and myself between 1 and 1:30. We'll be right back, folks.
Back in the day, I joined Hotel California in 2006, and like many of you, was drawn in by, as well as...
Whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows.
You see, I believe that everything in life happens for us, not to us. And Tom ignited the fire within me to want to learn how to master the markets. So how did I go from knowing nothing about technical analysis to becoming the #1 market timer for the S&P 500 in 2018 and the #2 market timer in 2019? Simply put, I hired coaches with a proven track record, which led me to a whole new set of tools that I created to interpret the message of buyers and sellers. I would love the opportunity to teach you this award-winning set of tools and to help you improve your market timing. You can test drive my newsletter service, Mastering Probabilities, for the next 30 days with no risk to you. Plus, you'll gain access to archived workshops that'll take you step by step through my system. Sign up today by going to the homepage of TFNN.com and selecting Mastering Probability in the newsletter tab.
Bam! If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
With markets trading with extreme volatility and peaks and troughs everywhere, regardless of what you're looking at in the markets, this is a great time to see the type of analysis Basil Chapman delivers for his subscribers every market day with the Opening Call newsletter. Basil has been analyzing markets, providing his take for subscribers to his trading services since 1984. Every morning, Basil publishes an update for his subscribers, along with weekend and evening updates when warranted. The Opening Call provides traders a daily market overview with regard to the direction of the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, along with specific recommendations, including stops and targets. You also gain instant access to Basil's subscriber webinar archive from earlier this year, a dark cloud cover, and essential market analysis. Ride the Chapman wave today by signing up for the Opening Call newsletter on the front page of TFNN.com under the newsletter tab. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Let's circle back around. One of our first questions this morning was, is it possible that the NQ or the NASDAQ 100 could top today as a result of a new moon eclipse pattern that is in play out here? You know, the other thing that we can do is take a look at the top 6 holdings that represent about 40 some odd % of the of the NDX 100, look for signals. So here we can see, in the case of Microsoft, at a new high out here, but price now has triggered the Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal. We're in wave number 6. That's letter F on my screen. And if we were to see a bearish reversal candle form, not necessarily today, maybe it's Monday, Tuesday, when have you, that would confirm a Rhodes Momentum Indicator topping signal. So that's on Microsoft. Moving higher, doing less relative energy, just says to be aware, be on guard out here. If we take a look at Apple, Apple is also doing the same thing. This happens to be, now I love the Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal, so should you too, and you should want to learn it out there. No matter what time frame, no matter what instrument it is that you trade. When Apple formed a bottom out here, it was with that Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal. It was the hammer candle that was the trigger point out here. Right now, Apple is in wave number 7, letter G. That can be a top, and price is starting to move higher, doing less relative energy. So if a bearish reversal candle forms for both of those, John, then that would support your thesis out there, your hypothesis. We already covered Amazon. This has a TD9 count and a Rhodes a butterfly sell pattern out here that is in play. So it's already got its topping signal, not until price takes out that high. We take a look at Google out here. Google also has a topping pattern. It has a sell the D point. I don't have the A to B equals CD drawn in here right now, but that was confirmed with this gap to the downside, price below both the top of its profile and Stevie's green line. So it already has a sell signal that is in play out here. If we take a look at Facebook, Facebook also has this has a butterfly sell pattern. There's your dark cloud cover. It has Rhodes Momentum Indicator sell. So it's got 2 different sell signals that are in place for it as well. And then to round it out, the 6th one would be Intel. And so as we take a look at Intel right now, it also has a sell the D pattern out here. So the NQ, the top 6, are set up for a move lower out there. But they need to see bearish reversal candles in Apple and Microsoft. Folks, thanks so much for being here. Have a happy Father's Day, happy Grandfather's Day. If you're a mother, have a happy Father's Day as well, because you fill in for us all the time. Have a terrific weekend, folks. See you on Monday.